Okay, so yeah, so that's just kind of up to was just your personal preference. All right, so your objective is students will be able to create and interpret frequency, two-way frequency, and cumulative frequency tables. Okay, so here's what a frequency table looks like. It basically has intervals like this. So between this number and this number, working your way down, and then how many of your values fall into each interval. The intervals can't overlap. They can't have any gaps. So you can't skip any numbers, and they have to be of equal size, so the same number of numbers in each. So to figure out like how to split it up so that you have like an even amount in each, you use this. Highest minus lowest plus 1. And then you always divide it by how many rows you have. Thank you. She's absent. Thank you. So, for example, on this one, what's the highest value we have?
17.
17, yeah. So 17 minus, what's the lowest number? 2 plus 1 is going to be what?
16.
16, yeah. So the reason why we have to add the 1 that always trips everybody up is because if you do 17 minus 2, what's that? 15. But if you actually count how many numbers that is, starting with 2, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's actually 16 numbers. Does that make sense? So, because you have to like count the 2, and it's not counted when you do subtraction. So you always have to add the extra 1. And then how many rows did they give us in our table? Yep, 4. So we're going to do 16 divided by 4, which is what? Yep, so 4 numbers in each. And then kind of the same idea. So you know how when you subtract this, we got 15, but it's actually 16 numbers? It's going to be kind of the same thing when you do your intervals. So you're going to start with your smallest number, which is 2. And if we have 4 numbers in each, you think it's going to be 2 to 6, right? But if you actually count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's actually 5 numbers, not 4 numbers. So it's always going to be 1 less than what you think it's going to be. So it's actually going to be 2 to 5 is 4 numbers. Because it looks like 3, right? 2 to 5 looks like 3 numbers.
Yeah.
But if you actually count them, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 4 numbers.
Oh, you have to divide by 4.
Yeah, so it's 4 numbers in each, but since we're counting the 2, it's always like off. So you're not adding 4 like as you do this. You're actually adding 4 as you go down. So the next one's going to be 6 through what? Yeah, 6 through 9, because 6, 7, 8, 9 is the next 4 numbers. And then 10 through what? 10 through 13, yep, and then 14 through 17. So you should start with the smallest number that you had, which was 2, and end with the biggest number, which was 17. That's how you know that you split it up right. Okay? So the difference here should always be 1 less than the amount of numbers you're trying to do. Okay? So now there's a couple ways you can do the frequency, which is basically how many of these numbers fits into each interval. You can go through and just find all the ones that are 2, 3, 4, or 5 and like cross them off and then put the number. Or what I've started doing lately is just going down the line and doing tally marks, because then I don't miss anything. So like 7 is going to go in this one because it's between 6 and 9. 17 will go in the last one. 14 will go in the last one. 2 goes in the first one. 7's in the second one, and just keep going until all of them are done. Okay, so So then we have your tally marks. So this would be 4. This would be 4, 3, 3. And when you add those up, you should always end up with the total amount of numbers that you had. Just so you know. Does that kind of make sense? Do you have any questions before you guys try one? So it's biggest minus smallest plus 1 to start, and then divide it by how many rows you have. Okay, so you guys try the next one. Yeah. Divide by how many rows they gave you, spaces. And then I'll tell you how many of the numbers need to go in each. Okay. So you guys are trying this one. Do you guys need help starting it, or do you want to just try it? Help? No help? Just try it? Okay. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the biggest number?
18.
18, and then the smallest? So 18 minus 7 plus 1 is what?
12.
Good, and then we have 4 rows, so how many numbers in each row?
3.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to start with our smallest, which was 7, so it's going to be 7 through what? You have 7 through 9, then 10 through what? 13 through, and then 16 through. Yep. Okay. So you should have 5, 3, 3, 2.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Why does it start 7 through 9?
Because the smallest number was 7.
Yeah, why does it go through 9?
Yeah.
Because that's 3 numbers, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, because you count 7.
So you have to count 7, yeah. So it's always going to be 1 less than how many numbers do you need? Yeah, that the difference between the numbers would be 2. Yeah. Another question? Okay. Okay. The next thing is a cumulative frequency table. This is the same thing for these two columns. We're just adding a column on, so we'll do that when we get there, okay? So let's just start this one the same way. So what's the biggest number?
49.
Yep, 49 minus smallest. 0 plus 1 is what? Yep, 50. And we have 5 rows, so 50 divided by 5 is what? 10. So we're going to have 10 numbers in each row, starting at 0. So 0 through what?
10.
Yep, 0 through 9. So there's always one less than the amount of numbers you want. Because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 10 numbers.
10 through 19.
Yep, 10 through 19. 20 through 29. 30 through 39. And then 40 through 49. Yep. Okay, and then go through and tally. Okay, so you should get 11, 3, 3, 2, 2 for your actual frequencies. Okay, so cumulative frequency is like your running total. So after the first 11 numbers, so you have 11 total that you've counted so far, and then you just keep adding on the next like intervals amount. So then you did 3 more, so what's that total? 14, and then 3 more, 2 more, 19, and then 2 more, 21. Yep. So that should match the total number of numbers, meaning that you counted them all. Kind of make sense? Okay. All right, go ahead and try the next one. I'm going to do it at the same time as you guys. Let me just check. All right, guys, when you're done, you can check. So this just comes over, and then you're just adding on that new number each time. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. So you basically just go down the list to every number and just like tally like where it belongs. So 47 is going to be in the 41 to 48. So you put a tally mark, and then just do it for all the numbers until you're done. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other questions? Were you saying frequency or cumulative frequency? Just regular, okay. Guys, what? I can't hear you. Like, how did I get these? So we figured there has to be 8 numbers in each. So 17 to 24, even though it looks like it's only 7 numbers, if you actually count, because you have to count 17, so that's 8 numbers total. Does that make sense? So you're always adding like 1 less than the amount of numbers you want. Because it's like 17 and then 7 more, because 17 counts as the first one. Yeah. Any other questions on this? No? Good? Okay. All right. All right, so let's go to the next page. So next is two-way frequency tables. That is where you basically have 2 qualitative categories. So here, look, we have like SUV and sports car, and then we have male and female. And then each of the cells is like where they meet, like where they overlap. Okay? And then as you work your way across and down, you're adding, and then this corner should be the like total amount of like everybody, right? Relative frequency is where you basically take each of your cells and divide by that total, and that's going to give you a decimal that represents the percentage of people who fit out of that 100%. So on this first one, Mr. Smith keeps track of his students' homework completion. He keeps track of how many boys and girls do not complete their homework. He puts students who don't complete their homework into 2 categories, first-time offenders and repeat offenders. He uses the table to keep track of the results. Okay, then it says, in 1 month, 36 girls and 12 boys did not do their homework for the first time. So under first-time offenders, we're going to put 36 for girls and 12 for boys. And it says 12 girls and 30 boys did not do their homework again. So under repeat offenders, you're going to have 12 girls and 30 boys. And then we just have to complete the table. So you're adding going across and adding going down. So if I go down, what's this total going to be for first-time offenders? Yeah, 48. What about this one? 42. And then going across, same thing. This will be 42. This will be 48. And then these should add up to the same thing for the corner, which is what? Yep, 90. So there's 90 total kids. Okay? So then it says, what is the relative frequency of girls who are repeat offenders? So you find that cell, so how many girls are repeat offenders? Yep, 12 right there. And you divide that by the total. So 12 divided by 90. And you're going to give me 2 decimal places rounded. So you should get 0.13, which basically represents 13%. But you keep it as a decimal. Okay? Good? All right, go ahead and do the next one. I just saw something. Okay. So this one, you have male and female. If you put male and female up top and blonde and brunette on the side, that's fine. Doesn't matter. All right, it says she has 40 blonde females. So for blonde females, 40. 5 blonde males. 100 total, so that's going to be in the corner. A total of 20 male customers, so the male row would be 20. So those are the ones they gave you. All right, so now you just kind of like work backwards to find the missing one. So what's this one down here going to be?
45.
45. What about this one? 15. This one?
55.
So then this one's what?
40.
40.
And then this one's 80. Yep. Okay, and then the relative frequency of brunette males. So how many brunette males do we have? Yeah, so do 15 divided by 100, which is 0.15. Okay, good. Let's just do the lesson check together. Xavier High School is organizing a musical night. Students will be categorized as performers and organizers. A survey of all of the 274 high school students of the school is given below. So we know there's 274 total, so that would go like in the corner right here. Of the 156 who are performing, so we know the total of performers is 156. 87 of them are also organizers. So that's going to be where performers and organizers meet. There are 72 students who are neither performing, I should say, nor organizing the event. So not performers and not organizers is 72. So we just have to complete these two values here. So what's this top one have to be if we know that total?
84.
Hold on. 156 minus 87?
69.
Yes, 69. 69, okay? And then we know we need to figure out this total so that we can figure out that. So what's this total going to be? What is it? What?
202.
274 minus 156?
Oh.
Oh.
118.
118. And then now, if we know that's 72, what's that have to be?
46.
46, yes.
What?
Because you do 118 minus 72. Okay, so that one's done. Members of a youth community want to create a recycle club. The community surveys children in the neighborhood to identify children who are interested about recycling. About the way this is written is like not good. The table below shows the children who showed interest in joining the club. What is the relative frequency of the boys in the age group 10 to 13 years joining the recycle club? So boys 10 to 13 is 20, right? Divided by, we have to find this total. So the total boys is how many? 45? 30. Yeah. So that's 45 total. What's this total? 55? So what's the total? Yeah, 100. Guys, so you'll do 20 divided by 100, which is what? Yep, 0.2. Would be the relative frequency.